Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Hondo Ohnaka from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so Hondo Ohnaka, right? Sorry, I'm not as familiar with this guy. A lot of times I get requests for characters that were either in Clone Wars or no, just the Clone Wars. That's the stuff I'm not as familiar with. So when you guys request it, I mean, it's awesome. I love it. And I want to catch up with this stuff. I'm just kind of behind on a lot of things. Some of these I am not as familiar with. The only reason I know them is because of the Black Series toys. That's it, you know? Some characters like Hondo here, I don't know. I don't know them at all. So I don't know how to pronounce their names. I don't know anything about them. So I'm hoping I get it right. I mean, if nothing else, it's just a fun new character to draw. That's how I'm looking at it. But more than anything, I'm just trying to apologize if I'm not pronouncing things right, you know? So I'm just going to draw this guy, just sketch him out real quick and just give you a real quick pep talk. And the reason I say that is because I don't want to be here drawing today. It was a tough day, and we all have days like this where you just got to charge through. You got to do this, you got to do that. You have a lot on your plate, that kind of thing, and sometimes you just don't want to do it, you know. And I get it. You don't have to. That's the thing, is I'm not saying you have to do this every single day. I have to. You know, I took my parents to get their vaccine shots. I helped my daughter with her son. I have to run around and do this stuff, and then I got to record 2 videos because I'm doing. I got to return right around and do one for March of Robots. You know, so it's a lot. It's a lot to do, and sometimes you need that day off, and I get it. You know, but I'm here also to say, fight through, push hard, and reap the rewards. Somebody, I can't remember right now, once said, and this is something I really like, is said, fight every day as if there's someone out there working 24 hours a day to take it all away from you. And that's really good work advice, you know, like, yeah, that's how hard I have to fight to stay on top, stay good, stay, you know, that kind of thing. But again, some days, take the day off, relax. You know, sometimes you gotta recharge. Sometimes you gotta, you know, say, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, you know, feel obligated to do something, because sometimes you will feel that, like, I'm pushing my way through, and I don't want to be here, and I'm not gonna be happy about it. You know, I get it. Sometimes you do got to take that day off. So, you know, take the day off, relax. Isn't that really hard though? Because I'm trying to tell you, I'm like, relax. No, don't relax. I know it's difficult. Sometimes I'm not an easy man to listen to, and that's why you shouldn't listen to me. You should do what you want to do and only draw when we draw, because you don't want to listen to Mr. How I Draw. Ooh, I gotta come up with a name. I gotta figure out something to be able to go by, right? Because a lot of people call me Hey How I Draw. So should I come up with a name like Drew? Like I'm Drew Draw? Get it? Like past tense of draw? Maybe that's what I should do, is go by Drew. That would be kind of funny. Because there's a part of me that's like, well, nobody needs to know my real name. Nobody needs to know what I look like. That's not important. It's all about, you know, the drawing. That's really what's it about. So I just thought it would be funny if instead of a real name, I go by Drew. Maybe? What do you think? I don't know, because no one really listens to this part. You know, no one No one really pays attention to the drawing, and you shouldn't, because this is all for me. This is just if you want to hear my rants and you want me to entertain you while you're sketching too. We can talk about Star Wars and stuff like that. But where was I going with this? How did I get here? How did I get to Drew? I need a name. I needed a name. That's what it was. I needed a name. This guy's going to be kind of tricky too, because he's very there's a lot of detail, but it's like, do I do it in color or do I do it with the Sharpie? You know? Because a lot of times I always tell you is like, don't do it with well, okay, so here's the thing. If it's color, I try to avoid doing it with Sharpie. But if it's got something that would use a black edge, then yeah, I want to use a Sharpie. But a lot of times, like the edge of a nose, stuff like that, the bridge of a nose, sorry, it would look better if you do it with color as opposed to doing it with Sharpie. And so that's why a lot of times I say, you know, don't do this. We're gonna do it with color, that kind of thing. So like his face, he's got a lot of cool detail, but some of it might look better as color. And that's the hard part, is deciding, like, what am I gonna not draw? You know, you gotta figure out what you're not gonna draw, and the whole reason you're here is to draw. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of complicated, right? Let me see. Let me draw the foot a little down lower like this. I think that'll work. Okay. Maybe the heel there, foot. Yeah, something like that. That ought to work. Okay, so yeah, I say we let's erase a little bit, then we'll get to the Sharpie portion. What I like to do is the first few lines I'm putting down for placement. And then as I get more confident, I'm going to press a little harder, and those are my confidence lines. So what I like to do is erase lightly, very lightly, to get rid of the sketch lines and keep the confidence lines. Because I want my Sharpie to stand out and not the pencil lines. And so when I erase lightly, I get rid of the sketchiness, and what stays is the confidence. And that's how you live your life. Get rid of the sketchiness, keep your confidence. All right, so there you go. Let's go. Let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but a pen's a little finer than the fine point. Can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Star Wars, check out that playlist there, or just check out the playlist in general, because I draw so many different things that I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So hit that bell if you could right now too. I'm going to wait for you. Awesome. Okay, let's go. So I'm going to dive right in. I'm going to draw his goggles to see if I've got the placement right. No, you know what? I'm going to draw his eyes. A little bit of a round little shape like that, just a little bit. Now he does have eyes, right? So I'm going to try and draw the color part. Oops, I already started touching the retina, just a little bit like that. But see, it's going to start to bleed, so that's why I have to be careful. I got a little crazy there, so the color part's going to take care of it, but I just want to make sure I've got it looking right. And so I'm going to draw the goggles around his eyes. All right, I'm going to do the other one over here. And that's just the inside, right? So I want to do the outer layer. Something like that. So I'm trying to get them parallel, but not actually going through. So kind of like this. I call that making it hollow. If you make it hollow, you can add color. Right? Something like that. It looks like big old gigantic, I almost said nerd glasses, but I probably shouldn't be saying that, right? Big old old person glasses. Oh, I shouldn't be saying that either. We shouldn't be making fun of anybody. What else? Big old gigantic glasses. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. For his nose, let's see if I can find a good picture of his face. How about, let me see what I can do here. The hard part is I'm going by, okay, I think I got a picture of a nose there. So I'm gonna do, and I was talking about this in the sketch portion, is like it's gonna be hard to decide what's colored and what's gonna be drawn with the Sharpie. There's his mouth. And because he's got a lot of creaks and cracks and lines on his face that I gotta figure out. I think I'll do like that, just to give it that little creaky, crackly face. Here's his chin. And I'm starting to thicken up the outer edges too. You don't have to do this. It's just that when I you switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I try to make kind of a match for the way it's going to look. Okay. Oh, you know what? And we got to draw those little tusky horns hanging off like this. Again, same thing. I want to add and make them a little scraggly, a little pointy. Right, I'm kind of doing both just to make sure I got them like together. Let's do the other one over here. And remember, you don't have to thicken up the edges like I am, especially if you're working with pencil. It might not look right to you anyway, so just do what works for you, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. I'm just giving you some ideas and explaining to you why I draw how I draw. I'll do you one better. Who do I draw how I draw? Get it? That's the Jax joke from Guardians of the Galaxy. No, I'm so sorry. That's from Infinity War, right? Yeah. I know my stories. Or do I? Because I just called him Jax. I guess I don't. I'm so sorry. That's what I get for bragging. Drax, I know, Drax. Let's see, and it's so hard to see what's what. There you go. He's got some kind of little calm thing hanging off over here. I don't know what it is. All right, I think that'll work. Let me try to find a better picture here. The downside is I don't have pictures of this. I just have pictures of him, and it's like all the other characters. I have to try to make it work with pictures of like toys and things like that, and not in this position. But it's fun. It's creative. You know, I get to kind of figure out like what's going on here, and make it my own. But I want to make it looking like their character. You know. Right. And sorry, again, sometimes I get real quiet because I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. And he's got some kind of hat on, so that's why I'm not too worried about getting this perfectly round on his head. It's just got to look like the top, right? Is that a hat? I don't know, man. I don't know. I said it many times. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to keep up with you guys, but some of this stuff even I don't know about, and I'm super tired. I've had a long day, but I'm still putting in the hours. I'm still drawing for you guys. But sometimes I get a little wacky. I get a little whoop-de-doo, a little loop-de-doo. Sometimes my brain just goes, but that's okay. We can always come back and laugh at it, you know? That's what happens sometimes. Okay, let's see, that's going back there. And that's gonna come back here. And this is going to be the majority of the big detail. I mean, other than that, it's just pretty much a coat and clothing. You know, there's not much more. Like and that's usually how it is too. I spend so much time working on faces and heads and whatnot that when I get down to the legs and the boots, done like that, just so super fast. Sometimes when I'm editing the videos, like there's only 2 minutes left. How's it? Oh, okay, I did it. I finished. Crazy, right? Okay, I'm gonna switch over to the big Sharpie now. So he's got a coat on. So I'm gonna try and draw like the collar underneath here like that. And so see how thick that is? That's what I was talking about. That's why I wanted to match kind of the feel for it. So I'm gonna draw the edge of his little shoulder, what do you call it? Shoulder pads, I guess? Let's see, this one you can't really see because of the way his tendrils, his hair is hanging over it. Like that. But again, see how thick that is? That's again why I was trying to match and try to make it look kind of the same. I can't do anything on that side. To make it look a little consistent. I like these thinner lines because it helps complement it, but in situations like this, I'm not trying to complement the head from the jacket or the clothing or stuff like that, so I want to, personally, I like to try to make it fit. Again, if you're working with pencil, or even if you're just drawing with Sharpie too, you do what you want. You don't have to draw like I'm drawing. You don't have to draw every single line that I do. Okay? Alright, so I got him just kind of waving high, you know, and his coat is in front of everything else, so I kind of want to draw that first. Let's draw, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's just draw the coat. So you can see how I have it hanging down. And then I'm going to come back up, and it's kind of in front of his gun too, so we're not seeing as much of the gun. It's coming up like this, and that's where his sleeve is. The other one, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Again, I just want you to see the overall shape of him, you know? And that's some kind of pocket flap he's got hanging right there. Alright. I'll explain all that in a second. Let's go ahead and just do those arms. Let's get him drawn. So he's got like a little patch over here on this side. So put that in. Draw the arm down to his forearm pieces, protectors. I don't know what this is, but a lot of people have them. And they are, what do you call it? Like strapped forearm protective pieces. Does that make sense? I know it doesn't. But that's how it's designed, and it's just to look cool is all it really is. I'm gonna give it a little bit of flair just to break up the negative space, something like that. Oh, and you know what, let's add a few more creases and folds with the smaller Sharpie. I like to do stuff like this to make it like look like it's actual material that's bent, creased and folded, you know. There you go. Let's see, in his hand, I've just got it just hanging down, nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna draw the thumb like this. He's wearing a glove, so again, nothing too crazy. And his fingers are kind of in front of each other, so all you're really seeing is like that. You know what I mean? It's like you can only see so much anyway. That's kind of the nice default is that we can kind of get away with not putting as much detail in. But unfortunately, sometimes like this as the default, it gets a little messy, like with the big Sharpie like this, because it's not meant to draw tiny things like that. But that's okay, because you know, we get to create with it and do what we want. And again, we're the ones who get to design and add the extras, you know? Let's see. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me do like I was drawing over here. I just was kind of add some kind of little extra pocket flap thing, kind of like we did over there, like as if it was a coat that wrapped over itself. Not wrapped over, it belted itself. That's like the belt hanging down, basically, is what I'm drawing. Alright, so this hand is up. He's just kind of waving hi, saying, welcoming you to Star Tours, right? Isn't that where he's from? I know a little bit, but not enough. Alright, just going to bend this arm. Bring that over to the elbow. Going to come up here to the, what do we call it? Forearmer. Because, get it? Forearmer. It's on his armor on his forearm. Ha 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 ha. I think I'm so funny. Okay. Extra detail. Again, just kind of adding my extra crease and fold flare. We're going to do kind of like we did over there. I'm just going to kind of wrap it over. Something like that. There we go. All right, hand waving high. So I'm gonna put the thumb up here like this. So there you go. Sometimes it's not as thick, not as blocky. You just gotta be mindful of what you're doing. That's really what it comes down to. Plus, I can come back in with a smaller Sharpie and add a little thickness and make myself happy. All right. Okay, so his clothes underneath. Now, he's got a gun, but you can only see so much of it. So let me draw some of his, it looks like he's got a necklace on or something like that. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to draw his shirt like this. And I'm going to draw like his little, you can't really see much about his neck, so I'm just going to draw the little necklace thing going across like that. And that's it. Like I said, the neck, I want to draw lines, but I'm just going to leave it alone because, again, it's just his color. That's what we're going to do with color. Okay, so I'm going to draw the belt. Something like this. Looks like he's got something hanging out, sticking out of his belt. Then that's going to attach to the gun, but we're only seeing so much of the gun because of the way it's behind this coat here. Okay, so his strap is coming down this way, and then I'm going to draw the scope is all we're really going to see, and that's on the inside of this holster, and connect it up like that. See, because the way the rest of it's underneath the coat, so that's all we really can see anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. If nothing else, we added a little bit of realism But we didn't have to worry too much about it because that's all we had to do. Well, that's all we could see. Okay, that's good. His shirt, it looks like there's a little line down the middle. Something like that. I'll add some creases. Okay. And so now just pants and boots. That's pretty much it. I'm going to strap it across like this. Across his leg. His crotch is right about here, so I'm going to draw his leg down to the boot. It's going to go up like that. That's all we can see. Back leg is going to be coming through like this, again down to the boot. And I'll add some lines, some creases and folds, because there's not much because of the way he's just standing still. Because a lot of times I like to add like a lot, like right around here around the crotch, because they're usually really stressed out and pushed and doing this and jumping around and being like a little circus monkey and stuff like that. But he's just kind of standing still, so just some stretch pant lines, you know, nothing too crazy. Maybe we'll add a couple like right here where it's being pulled tight because of the strap around his pants. We'll say that you can see some of his knee right here. But that's pretty much it. Into his boots. And now we're just going to draw some space boots. Nothing too crazy. Come down here for the heel, ankle, and we're going to draw like a space strap. Instead of laces, they have space straps. Why? They're boots. I have no idea. But hey, I didn't design it. I'm just drawing it. Something like that. We'll do this one, then I'll add a little extra over here. A little detail. Okay, coming over here. I want to make sure I draw that strap before I accidentally draw through it. Coming down to the toe like this. Heel. Foot like that. We add some little extra. And usually what I like to do is he may have more on his boots and whatnot, but I just like to draw like some creases and folds on the lines, like where there's the material's bent and stuff like that, just to show that there's wear and tear, or that this gets a lot of use, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, there we go. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. Oh wait, before I finish, I'm gonna do one last little line. I always forget this. The coat in the back, right back here. All I gotta do is go boop, and there you go. That's all we gotta do. So now I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Hondo Ohnaka from Star Wars.
So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.